Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Medabots Rokusho. I wonder how Yanagi's doing. Did you say Yanagi? I don't even like saying that ghost's name. What? Ghost! I opened my mouth in front of a stranger. I'm embarrassed. Okay then, did any letters come from Canny? When you say Canny, do you mean the old woman? How would she get a letter? I opened my mouth in front of a stranger. I'm embarrassed. Weird. The last part we got washed downstream to this old lady's house, and now we're gonna continue on. You still look yum. Yeah, okay, running away. Sorry to be a bother, but just how can I get home?
We can't let you leave just like that.
I'm really fatty and not tasty at all.
What are you saying, dearie? I'm talking about work. I want to ask you to drive away the wild Medabots who would injure my babies. And I have a boss somewhere in the area.
Okay, then, so we have our objective at least. Now, the area around here has a new type of environment, a shore for fights. And the shore requires C-type legs, however, I recommend against using them. What are you doing? It's great weather today. I'm having lunch. Did you say lunch? Want some oil? I'm good, thanks. Oh yeah, that reminds me. My bag is all soaked, but my lunch is still safe. Want to eat together? I don't see why not. Let's do it. And we lose our lunchbox. Well, that was great. It's always better with someone else. This place is pretty dangerous. It'd be best for you to go back quickly. The weirdos will come out soon. The weirdos? They're these really weird guys. They wear these strange costumes. The rubber robos? Here, this should help you. And we get the right arm Metapart heavyweighter from the dragonflies. It's basically, if I recall, a press type attack. Not too bad, but there are better parts in my eyes. I just did that because it's technically optional. Let's see what else we got around here. Sometimes people try to carry me off. Beauty is such a sin. Tee. Right, robot against people who use anti-C parts. I get hit a lot and it really hurts. I don't like it one bit. That's leading into what I was about to say earlier. In this area, there are two Medabots, or technically two robattles, that have Medabots that have anti-C parts, which target those with C-type legs. Like this guy we're actually about to fight right here, who is a flat stick Medabot. And it's because of that, I recommend against using any C-type legs outside of battles like this, where you are guaranteed not to fight them. This flat stick here, by the way, I believe just has, I think it's virus attacks? Nothing too annoying. If you have any anti-C attacks yourself, you should be fine. It's actually, the game actually does that a good amount of times, particularly with C-type legs, where you'll be in an area that it promotes C-type leg use, but there's enemies that have anti-C-type parts. I should mention, first off, I have the starfish legs in Rokusho right now just because this fight doesn't have any anti-C parts. But in a few moments, I'm actually going to be doing a jump cut and grinding off-screen for an anti-C part. Particularly, I think it's the undersea flow or something. It's one of the arms for this Medabot known as, I think it's a Kappa Lord, which is this greenish Medabot that looks like it has dreadlocks. Sort of. It's green. It also kind of looks kind of like a frog. You'll spot it, no problem if you see it, because both of its arms are anti-C parts. Underwater and undersea flow, I believe, are the names. And I recommend getting one of those for something coming up. There's another Medabot around here that has anti-C parts. I forget his name. I think it's Fireflash, but I'm probably wrong about that. And as long as you can get an anti-C part, it's recommendable. It's also because of that, that's 2 out of the 4 battles in this area that have anti-C parts. So because of that, having C-type legs on is not recommendable outside of battles like this where you're guaranteed to not see them. Also, I should probably get back on topic about Flat Stick. Flat Stick is not a very annoying Medabot. You'll be seeing it for a while, don't get me wrong. But individually, it's not that bad. However, it's because of this Medabot being on its own that I actually end up having to take the Metaphor strategy. Because the very annoying thing about C-type Medaparts, more particularly the legs, which you can even see being demonstrated with how Rokusho's dodging like a master, is that C-type Medabots, or C-type legs rather, have very high evasion stats, which is actually one of the reasons they're some of the best legs in the game. But because of that, hitting C-type Medabots, especially with people like Rokusho, can be kind of annoying. Thankfully, attack-type Metaforces are basically 100% accuracy, so you're pretty good there. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this Medabot. Kind of like the design. The Stingray is kind of cool, and it's down. I do recall, though, that the flat stick actually does have a part you want to get for later on in terms of just how decent it is, and that's the legs. Because I recall them being decent. Let's see, yeah, Spear Tail. Yeah, decently high evasion, so yeah, that's good. Alright then, I guess we're done with that. And that was me checking something out and re-equipping the Rokusho legs. Hey, you're the Medabot who goes around ferrying people for $1. I'm really lucky to run into you here. Sorry, I just came here to deliver a customer. In fact, he paid for a round-trip ticket, so I have to wait for him. A customer? Did you bring someone here? Some guy dressed in a rubber suit. He kept saying Rubber Robo all the time. That's the Rubber Robo gang! What are they doing in a place like this? It's a good question. Taxi stand. It's an important sign. And it's at this point, since I see that Medabot on screen, I actually grinded for the undersea flow part from the Capilor. In fact, there it is right there. As you can see, anti-sea is pretty good to have. Also, I have sea parts on because I'm not coming up on any required anti-sea battles. I lost Kenny's letter. Well, I guess we'll just continue on then. Okay, weird screen ratio. What the hell? I don't know why he treats this place like the inside of a house. There's no way out now. You'll never escape. From now on, you're working for the Rubber Robo gang. Ew, I'd rather rust than work with you creeps. We know you're bluffing. What are you guys doing? Whoa, that's a suspicious-looking guy. You're the suspicious-looking ones. Well, we've been seen, so let's get him. All right, time for another flat stick along with a new companion, the Haniwa. Flat stick is the reason why I got the anti-sea parts, because Haniwa is kind of like a second Gorum. Very high HP, and its basic purpose in battle is to avoid getting damaged, because its main ability is Cancel Optic, which basically, you might remember the laser type attacks we've seen so far, like the ones that the Floros had a few parts back and such. It's basically to cancel that. Any laser type attack gets canceled, or laser-like. Besides that, though, that's all that Medabot is really here for in this fight, is to be another meat shield for the flat stick. And that's actually why I got the undersea flow, because that will specifically target the flat stick. It's not needed, but it comes in handy, because otherwise this fight can go on for a bit too long. I think I still end up fast-forwarding this fight anyway, at least partially, but it's still nothing too bad. Oh yeah, the flat stick legs are actually really good for another reason. They have pretty high HP. This fight, though, basic strategies, if you got the undersea flow, just have that Medabot only use that. And Rokusho, if they're not doing something different, is to most likely use their Metaforces. Also, I do in fact speed up. Good. Song, for those who can't recognize it, is Boomer Kuwanger's stage theme from the Super Nintendo version of Mega Man X. I absolutely love this song. In fact, it's my favorite song in the game. And that's really all I have to say for this fight. The Hani was the biggest and only tier just because it's a meat shield. That's going to be a running theme, actually, for a bit on in the game. Eventually, Gorums and Haniwas are going to be so commonplace and fairly easy to take out. So it won't be too much of a bother, but for right now, they're here for a while. Also, it's kind of rare that I see my strike do a critical hit, honestly. Well, mind you, it also could be just because I forgot that it could do that every now and then. Because, for the most part later on, I'm mostly just using my Berserk attack and an aim shot, because I like to try and spread people's attacks out, or at least attempt to. You're pretty good. Why don't they give up doing this? Today we've got the upper hand. Oh. Pincer attack. You cowards. We're evil. We can get away with it. Who's that? A Medabot? Oh, this guy again. Set up the table with finery. Let us stop picking out our food. Burning like the hottest spice-a-roni. From out of the darkness comes the mystery metafighter, the Phantom Renegade. Wherever there is evil, the Phantom Renegade will be there. He's so cool. Weirdo, Robo. That's the pod calling the Kettle Black. Man, that guy is absolutely nuts. You're the last guys who should be saying that. I'll punish you. Ah, he's coming this way. Robo. Okay, bye. Robo, retreat. Man, just getting away just by looking at them the wrong way. Holy Metaroli. You just scared off the Robo gang like it was nothing. They're not worth my time. More importantly, are you okay? Yes, sir. That's good. Listen up, my boy. Evil is not always what you can see and feel. Sometimes it hides behind other illusions. Huh? What? Huh? I'm certain we'll meet again in the near future. Adios! Wow, the Phantom Renegade is so cool. Oh man, I forgot to ask for his autograph! I mean, I should have asked him to take me back up the waterfall. Okay then, how are you doing, Medabot? Oh, and hey, look, a letter. I shouldn't be doing this, but I gotta read it. Dear Natsuko, I'm doing well these days. Everyone's doing fine too. Okay then, I'm just a little worried because Yanagi hasn't come home. I hope that he hasn't been caught by any evil people. Love, Grandma. Is this that old woman's letter? Weird. Are you okay?
Thanks, you saved me. Those guys live here, capture Medabots and make them work for their gang.
I see. So that's their game. Hey, I'll give you a lift if you want to go back. I can let someone ride on me, but only for a short while.
Come on, ride.
Okay, then I'll take it. You could potentially walk back, I believe, but it's just better to take this because free ride back. You want to ride? Yeah, sure. Let's make waves. Well, that was easy. I guess we were just kind of to the left. I lost Candy's letter. Is this the letter you wanted? Oh, you found it. I'll go deliver it. Something feels weird. That old woman's really scary, but I should ask her.
Eyes of newt, scales of snake. Bubble, bubble, toil in trouble.
What? Go away, Medabot, you're creepy. Excuse me?
Oh, are you back, dearie? I'm just about done with dinner.
I don't want any, I read your letter and saw something about Yanagi in it. I was wondering.
This might have some meaning for you. Well, I can tell you the story if you want to hear about it. I used to live with my granddaughter, Natsuko. Natsuko and Yanagi met each other when she got lost before. But when she left this house, Yanagi also left for somewhere. I'm wondering how Yanagi is doing now.
Who is Yanagi?
The ghost Medabot.
The ghost?
I'm worried about Yanagi. I haven't taken care of him at all, so he's probably rusted out.
I get it now. The ghost is a Medabot. It's Yanagi.
You say something?
Never mind. Don't worry. Yanagi will come back safely.
You say some strange things. By the way, if you're going back, I'll have my little one wait outside. He can transport not only letters, but people too.
Ma'am.
I said to call me Kenny.
Right. Thank you, Kenny.
Hold on there. Before you go, take this, or rather, one of these.
What's this for?
A big box and little box. Which one will you pick?
This is like out of a fairy tale. Okay, basically you have a choice here between getting two treasures. However, you can eventually get them both. The small one has a male tin pet and $1, but I'm gonna take the big box because it's a bit rarer. We get a female tin pet, and the entire set of brass parts, which you recall, brass is Erica's first Medabot. And you also get the $1 no matter what, so that's cool. And as for why I did that, well, first off, this is what I did with the female tin pet. I just kind of gave it whatever parts I had, because female meta parts are a bit lower in supply compared to male meta parts. But the reason I jumped on the female one first is because there are a total of 10 tin pets in the game, where you can only hold 9. Only 4 of those are female, and this is the one that's the most easily missed. Kanai said you could ride, well, if she said so, then it's okay. Want to ride? Sure. And this Medabot takes us right back to next to Select Core HQ. I wonder if Erica's looking for me. I've got to find her and tell her that I'm okay. And we could do that. In fact, the way you're supposed to go is, I believe, check out the taxi ride and have him take you to Odora Marsh. But you want to say no to his first question, because that's where Erica probably went. We want to say no, and then we can go back downstream to where Canny was. I think you can do this basically at any point in the game. But I like doing this now. Just for shits and giggles, really. Because while we're here, we can head back to Candy's, which I'm actually going to do a jump cut to just to save some time. And since we came here, well, let's just see what she says. Did you come to see me? I'm so happy. Here's a little something for you. And $1. But we can also, if we talk to the Medabots, Candy said to take the other box. You can get what's in the other one. And here is the male tin pet and another $1. And I forget when I end up... Oh, wait, no, that's right. I cut back here to show you how I customized that. this one also doesn't really matter. In fact, I'm going to eventually use this for something else entirely. So, yeah. But what I'm going to do now is actually progress on with the cat medal quest. If you want the cat medal quest, completely ignore what I'm going to do. Just go to Odora Marsh. But if you want the medal like I do, we want to talk to Karin here. Oh, Karin, what are you doing here?
I was feeling better, so I thought I would take a walk around.
Oh, by the way, Karin, did you see Erica?
Erica? I haven't seen her. Is something the matter?
Oh, we just got separated. Speaking of which, where's Koji?
We were together just before, but I guess we got separated.
Wow, he must really want to find the ghost if he left you, huh?
It's not just that. Whenever I go out, I always get lost immediately.
In other words, no sense of direction.
Yep.
Should I go look for you?
No, it's okay. Actually, more than that, Iki, would you do me the honor of robattling with me?
All right. I forgot you like robattles too.
Yeah, but I don't get many chances to robattle, so... Would you robattle with me?
Sure. And she actually has a pretty interesting setup. First off, her two Medabots are Nuetranurse and Sailormate. Sailormate is basically a slightly type... the best way I can describe it is kind of as a prototype of Brass that's kind of better in some ways. And Nuetranurse, who is her main, is the real annoyance here. Nuetranurse has two main abilities, Auto Recover and Full Block. Auto Recover is both of her arms, which inflicts a status ailment on whoever it tackles that automatically heals the target during their charge and radiation phases. And Full Block is the next level defense skill. In fact, it's probably one of the best ones. It can completely not work at all when you use it, depending on what's going on, but if it does work, it basically protects any allies from any damage. If you directly target the one who is using Full Block, they will still take damage, but if you target anyone else, that damage is basically going nowhere. And of course, it's what you started off with. Because of this fight actually ends up taking a while, and it's actually why I ended up fast-forwarding. Best strategy, if you have any aim shot attacks, try and use those and have them aim for Nuetranurse, just so you can get those hits in for effect. Otherwise, meta forces are decent. And that's about it. One thing I do recommend doing before this battle, though, which is what I did, honestly, before I even showed you what my fourth Medabot was looking like, was I recommend you save and spam this battle until you get Nuetranurse parts. I could recommend either of the arms, the head. The legs are kind of worthless in the long run because they don't have any real special abilities. But try to get the head in my eyes, because full defend is the best. There will be another opportunity to get Nuetranurse parts later on. In fact, there's a couple more opportunities if I recall, but it's better to get the head as early as you can. And one last thing, really. If you do get a Nuetranurse part, try and make sure it's not the right arm. I think it's right armor, because we're going to get that anyway after the battle. But Nuetranurse, its full block ability aside, isn't that hard. In fact, this battle's overall pretty easy due to the low damage output that's going from their side. But it can still take a while just due to full block. And I did not get a Nuetranurse part. Damn it. But I did get another Scout, and Scout's still pretty good.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for the robattle. I found this while walking. Please accept it as a token of my appreciation.
And we get right armor. Are you sure I can have it? Thanks.
Do your best.
Yep.
Iki, that kimono also looks good on you.
Oops, I forgot, but my clothes are still wet. Wait, what did you mean also?
It's a secret.
Girls. But with that, I'm going to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 7, we'll be heading on over to Odora Marsh and hopefully finding Erica in the process. See you guys then.